Hello, dear ones. It's Alice. I'm of the stars. Today there was a KP index of 7, just at the time when I was at a holy place. And as it happened for the first time since about 20 years ago, the Hathors came to visit. It was a momentous occasion. It was so cool to have them back again. I can't even describe it. And they filled that holy place with love and light and peace and joy. You know, that's their essence. And so it's hard to object to a visit from the Hathors, my longtime friends. When I got a visit from Ra-N, which was a special envoy from that group, the Hathors of Venus, a long time ago in the desert, California desert, just to the east, they told me that I could come with them at that time and go with them, drop form and go with them. And I told them I had a lot of work to do still in this dense reality, and I didn't feel right to leave right now. But yet I feel that when the time comes, whenever that time may be, that they'll be there waiting for a chance to help me to go with them if I want to go on an exploration expedition. It's kind of like Star Trek, you know? It's like they don't recognize a difference between me and them. It's like they accept me as a sister. Way cool, isn't it? And maybe you'll have a chance to visit with them sometime too. See what you think of the Hathors. They're so far from gray aliens that there's just no way to compare them. You know, I could say that, as by way of explanation, that the aliens, grays, they're really not aliens. They're really humankind from far in the future, and that they got caught in a time loop because they wanted things to be pre-ascension forever, you know, a technological loop. And so, as I've explained in the past, that loop has ended, thank God, and they have a chance to rest because as they went through a process of losing their introns, they also lost the ability to retain souls, you know, and it's time for them to be gone. It's really time. With the ascension process, it's time. They put it off with endless timeline loops for a long time, coming back for people who have not yet lost their soul, using them as donors for cells, trying to recreate a situation that was viable genetically for them. It's a way that science has of being used negatively and ignorantly, because science that does not recognize the importance of spirit is really not worth its salt. You know, so in the higher dimensions, the ones that recognize time and space as being their servants and not their rulers, not their overlords, we have the alien grace and we have the Hathors, and I'm sure there are many other beings from many other star systems and many other beings also from the planets of our solar system. But just looking at the Hathors and the Greys, we have beings that have transcended time and space, one in the positive sense and one in the negative sense, one in love, light, joy, and peace, and the other one in pure service to self, you know, willing to do anything to maintain that, willing to rob and rape women of this era in order to do it and take them flying off with them. There are many accounts of that, although I hope those have now ended. So in that dimension, which must be fifth dimension, we have both what might be called the heaven worlds and what might be called the hell worlds and things in between still, you see? But past that, I'm willing to bet, sixth dimension and higher, we have Hathors in many higher dimensions, and angels above that. But I don't think you could say that we have grays that go higher than the fifth. So choose wisely if you're ascending. Don't choose techno-negative. Choose love, light, joy, and peace, and you'll never, ever be discouraged. You'll always be encouraged by those brothers and sisters of the stars, those beings of light and love that are there to guide us and help us along a path long ago trod by their own group of peoples. So, I can't tell you where I was, because if you go to a holy place that has a hierarchy, the hierarchy always feels it's being challenged by the Hathors, even though, for instance, if a person looks in the Christian references, they'll find at least one instance, maybe more, of beings that have met prophets of prior ages in the Old Testament who apparently were Hathors or beings of that higher dimension. And also you'll find meetings with angels, which are a completely different, group of beings, completely different from the Hathors. Well, so that's all for now. That's the good news, is that a greeting for old friends, and that in the coming days, maybe you'll have a chance to meet them too. They're way so cool, and nothing to be fearful of. Nothing like they say in the movies, which are full of negativity and fear. Isn't it awful? Life itself is sustained by the emotions felt by the Hathors. Life was created by God using those emotions and wisdom too. Okay? So true wisdom knows the value of positive emotions, because positive emotions are that which create this reality. We cannot say no to them. We must not say no. That's all for now, dear ones. God bless you all and keep you safe and be with you through all your days. And may you have a wonderful chance to meet those Hathors one day soon from our own homeworld, planet Venus. In love, light, and joy, this is Alice B. Clagett. I am of the stars, and you are too. And so are the Hathors. God bless them.